Presiden Polandia Karol Nawrocki mengkritik kebijakan Uni Eropa yang dinilai melemahkan Eropa dalam energi dan migrasi serta menyerukan peningkatan belanja pertahanan oleh negara anggota. Ia menegaskan pentingnya kemitraan dengan Amerika Serikat dan NATO untuk keamanan regional, sambil mempertahankan kedaulatan nasional Polandia. Pernyataan ini disampaikan dalam Forum Konservatif Internasional sebagai respons terhadap tantangan geopolitik saat ini.
Tragically, they do. And that is the consequence. The reason for those wars is because Joe Biden was so weak that our enemies were not afraid of him. The left believes the way you avoid war is through weakness. There is a reason that nobody goes and studies and gets a degree at the Neville Chamberlain School of Foreign Affairs. Appeasement does not work. And if you want an object lesson on what a strong commander-in-chief looks like, take a look at the current resident of the Oval Office, President Donald J. Trump. Today, we have a greater chance that in the next 6 months we will see a new government in Venezuela, in Cuba, and in Iran. And there are people that are trying to say Donald Trump is an isolationist. Anyone saying that has been in a coma the last 15 months. I will tell you this, at 3 a.m. on January 3rd, when our Delta Force apprehended Maduro, every Latin American dictator had to change his shorts. And America is safer, and the world is safer when the president is strong and our enemies are afraid of him.
Let me be clear. Poland made the right decision in joining the European Union, and we want to be a part of the EU. I believe and I hope the majority of my compatriots share this view, that Poland has a voice and the right to speak up. For the past 20 years, we have been part of the EU, and now it needs urgent repair. We see policies that, however well-intended they may be, risk weakening the very foundations of our strength. We see even more powerful bureaucrats making decisions that go against common sense. And instead of strengthening Europe, they weaken it. I'm talking about energy policies that move too fast, with no regard for economic reality and energy security. There are migration policies that fail to protect borders and social cohesion. There are moves to centralize decision-making, sidelining nations and democratic accountability. And sometimes we see ideological projects that move us away from the values that built our Christian civilization, rather than reinforcing them. A nation finally free to realize its full potential. And this did not happen by accident. It happened because we chose freedom, because we chose hard work, because we chose strong partnership with the United States, our European allies, and like-minded partners around the globe. And this partnership is not just words, it is action. We believe in our Polish-American alliance, but we also believe in the North Atlantic Alliance, the most powerful military alliance in the history of the world, led by the United States. I agree with President Trump when he calls on European countries to increase their spending on our shared security. Yes, Europe must spend more. Yes, Europe must take greater responsibility for its own security. In Poland, we understand this. That is why we stand as the Eastern Guard of Europe, of Western civilization, which we defend against tyranny, lies, and violence from the East, from Russia, though not only from there. But we will not accomplish this great task alone, nor even in cooperation with the United States alone. We need our allies, we need their commitment and their sacrifice to preserve freedom. That is why we need to develop and strengthen NATO. Today, Poland is one of the strongest allies of the United States in Europe. We invest in our military. We invest in our military because we know peace requires strength. We spend 5% of our GDP on defense. We invest billions of dollars in American-made military technology, including F-35s that are produced here in Texas. Congratulations. And ladies and gentlemen, we host thousands of American troops because we believe in real alliances, not symbolic ones. And let me say this clearly. We host American troops on the shoulders of the Polish taxpayer because we understand what solidarity means.
Jelajahi cara baru mendapatkan informasi. Download MetroTV Extend sekarang.